Because you have successful children, because we know we have successful parents that instill good things into their children, but the children still will go and do their own thing because they have their own minds. Yes. Only thing that you can do is the best that you can do. So, teachers, these are some of the words that I would like to share with you before I sit down. Teachers are compassionate people. They are inspiring people. They are passionate people. They are respectful. They have empathy. They are fair. They are loving. They are kind. They are understanding. And they are embracive. Those are some of the qualities of a good teacher. So, I thank you for your time. I thank you, my brother, for inviting me to share a little motivation or a little inspiration to the people that we have here today. I wish everybody the best. You know, like I said, we have a lot of challenges ahead of us, but that's life. So when there's some challenges in life, we step up and we deal with it, we handle it. So y'all have a great night. One love.
Thank you. Yes. Great message. We're going to keep it going. And then right after our last speaker, we're going to go ahead and give our last couple of awards. And then we'll go ahead and move down to the Hall of Flags. We're going to have Brother Linares. He's going to close us out up here. And then we'll have our reception down there. And so let's keep it going with Miss Michelle. Oh my goodness. Such a wonderful. We are so happy that she is here for. Look at, she came ready for the camera. I told her we were going to film it. She's going to give us, just because she last don't mean she least. Thank y'all.
Listen, I believe you should always show up. Young lady, you're going to college, always show up. If it's 5 people in the room, you don't know who is in the room. Always show up. Always. So let me be very clear when I say this, the time is far spent and I will not be before you long. First of all, I want to thank Brother Speedy. This is a humbling opportunity to my brother Merle, who is the chief professor in my book. Yes. Not only does he talk at everything he spoke about today, I watch him every day. He walks it. I teach at the Department of Youth Services. It is a juvenile facility that houses predominantly African American males. And what we must remember, everything that was spoken today was wonderful. Merle said it best. Children are a reflection of the society you give them. You don't give them nothing, you ain't gonna get nothing. But I do want to add a little tab there. Yes, they are the same children. We're different. And all of this stuff makes no sense. The reason why we're having these problems is we are not foundational anymore. And my hope is built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and righteousness. And if you don't give your children a spiritual base, all the hope ain't gonna mean nothing. All the compassion ain't gonna mean nothing, because they are going to look at the life you live and they are going to base their decisions on what you have given them. I am tired of these types of conversations where we are preaching to the choir. I am tired of going into schools where teachers are so run down. You can't give nothing to a child if you don't have nothing. These rooms are empty. These seats are empty, not because they didn't want to be here, not because they don't want to be uplifted and inspired, but we don't go to church on Sunday anymore because we can lay in the bed on Facebook. We can tune in to preachers that are not in our community. We tuning in to preachers that teach us how to get cars and money, but are not teaching us how to live so that when the winds begin to blow, because sweetheart, they gonna blow. And daddy ain't gonna be there always. And sometimes you ain't gonna be able to get to mama what you got. And it's based on what you gave her. That's right. You are going to have hard times. You are going to fall on your face. You are going to make mistakes. And if you do not have the anchor in your life, we can sit up here, we can pontificate and philosophize and do poems and talk and walk around in our beautiful clothes and all this makeup, and it ain't gonna mean nothing. Because when we go to work, he got on sweats and I got on jeans. I get dressed up like this because this is really the only time I get to do it. Because if you're really trying to make a difference, your paycheck can't be attached to it. They can't pay me to do the things that, as the prophets of old say, that if you really have done your job as an educator, then guess what? The professor will be professed by the student. And I ain't never had a student run up to me in Walmart talking about, thank you, Miss Summers, for that essay. Thank you, Miss Summers, for that book you gave. Thank you, Miss Summers, for breathing life in me, because what you didn't know is I came to school like that because I listened to my daddy whoop my mama all night. Thank you, Miss Summers, when you gave me something to eat, because my folk on drugs and they snorted up and tooted up everything we had, and so I didn't have nothing to eat. Thank you, Miss Summers, when you made me believe in myself, because the kiddies bullied me all day. Your money, your status ain't got nothing to do where you going in life. The only thing gonna get you where you got to go is what you got on the inside. We gotta stop playing. We are playing. And the talented 10th ought to be ashamed of themselves. Oh yeah, let's talk about the theories of W.E. Du Bois if we want to talk about something today. The Greeks ought to be ashamed that I ain't financial, because I can't afford to be financial when I work at DYS and in my communities, and they need book bags and they need clothes and they need food. Now I ain't financial. Take the letters from me if you want to. Because that ain't defined me, and my founders would be proud of what I'm doing, even if I couldn't give the organization a dime. I'm part of the organism of Delta Sigma Theta. Got all these letters and step shows, but we got boys out there dying from gun violence. We got mega churches. Churches are multi-billion-dollar organizations, and we can't pray guns off the street. Brother Speedy put this together for all the teachers, and the folk ain't even come out from the city to support him. This sister set up one of the few schools that didn't have a high rate of COVID cases, and she walking around already got to get ready for another school year. And trust me what I know, most of the good stuff she got came from donations. Schools are dilapidated. You are one of our blessings. You're going to be one of our miracles. But let me tell you, baby, when you get my age, that brother said what he said, but I want to tell him, no, you ain't going to be able to clock them careers, and you ain't going to be able to clock our world. We are living in deadly and serious times, and we got to quit playing. Get dressed up, look fabulous, look good, but what you got on the inside? Who do you care about outside of your own stuff? What child have you taken under your wing that ain't in your household? What drug addict have you helped out? And even when they keep giving, God is the God of a first, second, third, fourth, fifth. The beat go on and on. So I'm going to be done. I'm going to pray over you. I don't want you to go nowhere, no Auburn, no Alabama. Your ancestors created institutions for you to go and thrive. Auburn can't teach you nothing that Alabama State can't teach you. Alabama can't teach you nothing that Tuskegee can't teach you. Because what's going to keep you is what mama and daddy gave you when they stood up in front of that preacher, and the preacher laid hands over you and sprinkled water over your head. And when your grandmother sits up in the middle of the night praying for you, when she get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and she say, Father, keep her when she don't want to be kept. That's what's going to keep you. Because the doors of opportunity are going to swing open for you because you got favor on your life. That's right. But all the rest of this stuff, my brother Merle did a poem. I'm going to do one, and I'm going to sit down roughing. It's by my favorite poet. I say it everywhere I go. They get sick of me. What happens in the neighborhoods where the self-esteem has been overshadowed by the decay, and the children no longer play the way they used to? When little boys choose to follow figures that have had no father figures, a place where lives have been reduced to mere names on the wall. Y'all, there's a lot of dead shame on the wall because they childhood friends dying over some dumb mess. In It's like they all on some thug thing because we ain't gave them that we shall overcome thing. See, where I'm from, Chicago, Illinois, South Side, they done tore down the neighborhood centers and community centers and took away neighborhood sports. It's a place where little black boys put on jerseys and shorts. They dream big about stardom on fine hardwood courts. And then they awake to the harsh reality that LeBron is a 1 in a billion opportunity. They awake to the harsh reality of the stripped, unfinished inner city floors where life splinters. Cold winters are replaced by crack houses instead of recreation centers that these clowns claim they ain't got the paper to keep open for operation. The deconstruction of the black family has been in perpetuation ever since Willie Lynch, set his theory in motion. I don't care if he was real or not, it was a theory the same way we learn all these other theories. That's right. He set that theory in motion, and let me tell you what it was. Decharacterization was his sole promotion. What we mean by that? Because if you tell a black woman, Merle, that a black man ain't hitting on nothing, and you show him nothing but negativity in the media, only thing can make a black baby is a black woman and a black man, and if you take it away in 100 years, we ain't gonna have nothing. If you decharacterize us to each other, then we can't love each other no more. And love is the only thing that is defined by God. God is love. So if you ain't got love, you ain't got God. Let me get back to the point. Decharacterization was his sole promotion. Therefore, if you take the basketball out of his face, let me help you out. $100 million contract. You take the basketball out of his face, but you put the coke in his place. $100 million. I saw it for myself on the streets of Chicago. Guess what? He'll still score. What's a young boy to do, brother, when he don't want to do wrong, but it's a lock on the right door? When he's got the heart of a soldier, the aggression of a prize fighter, and ain't none of my frat brothers taught him what to fight for. See, most of our families are fatherless and quite poor. So they miss out on meals as well as kisses and hugs. You got the audacity to cut the funding for the facilities that keep them off the streets and then want to ask them why they sell drugs. So when that brother of Omega Psi Phi inherited that school district in Texas and he put the call out to his frat brothers, and just like you, sister, in 1 year, Omega Psi Phi turned around an entire school system in Texas. Black boys went from not being able to read, 3 grade levels ahead. And then you ask me why I got cute and dialed up to come out here. Because I was hoping maybe 1 or 2 single ones was going to be there. But they snatch y'all up in undergrad. So when you get my age, ain't nothing left. Oh, you gonna see when you go on campus with your pretty self. You don't understand why I was at the Armory, Merle, on every Thursday. But imagine if men put out on their dice and guns and they picked up their daughters and sons, whether you gave birth to them or not, and put a little love where the hate is. Imagine if he was taught the difference between wet and dry weight. You do know what that means. How they teach them at an early age the difference between wet and dry weight. Because wet weight can be what? Heavier than dry weight. And you can get young men that can tell you the difference between pure cocaine and crack, and why crack is so important to our community, that wet and dry weight. Because I can make more money selling them crack rocks than I can going to McDonald's. We talk about Hope Inspired Ministry. He know about that wet and dry weight. They talk to him about it. Because we won't get up and fight for minimum wage. We so tired. We still tired from the civil rights movement. We won't march. We won't protest. We won't stand up. Teachers are being put in the face. I'm sorry, I'm getting all off my poem. I'm going to get back on it.
You all right?
Teachers finna die a second death. But ain't none of them stood up for themselves. Speak, Michelle, I'm tired. My sister sitting right there, I've been ostracized. My character been dragged. Because I'm not scared, my voice don't ever shake. Because the folk that came before me had their house bombed. Can you fathom? Your house being bombed. We so desensitized, we roll Dr. King picture out every year. For his children and now his grandchildren. Every year, we roll out the picture of him at the Lorraine. We've been rolling that picture out since the 60s. Just like Jesus, we crucify him every year. We roll that picture out and play I Have a Dream. Get up and read letter from a Birmingham jail to our children, then get teary-eyed when we listen to his last speech. I may not get there with you, but we as a people will get to the promised land. Yeah, we done got here and we done forgot how we got here. And to my sister asking, what's the problem? You asked her that, go to Purpose Education website. The problem is because we don't vote, we don't educate ourselves, we just got big houses and nice cars, we look good, we ain't studying it. We roll Malcolm X out every year, El Hajj, Malik El Shabazz, power to the people. And we ain't standing on nothing he taught us. Oh, I love W.E.B. Du Bois. We ain't doing nothing. We were given the opportunity to go to black colleges and look at the talented kids. We ain't gave a third back to the community what we got. Walking the campus of Alabama State. Because 9 men envisioned something that they would never see. Booker T. Washington, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. For what? I'm going to fall over. But what he meant was take what you were given with your hands and do something with it. Got Tuskegee, and I want to, at my own, to the speaker I heard, no, Tuskegee is the Harvard of the South. And don't you ever forget it. That's Harvard. Now teachers finna go back in these classrooms. You got that right, sister. I love you. I'm not teaching nothing but hope because I'm scared of that Delta variant. Not for me, but I had to get vaccine. My daughter ain't taking that vaccine because I know what my body has gone through since I got it. And now you finna force them teachers back when we got billions of dollars to let them sit at home. We have creative minds. I'm looking at a creative mind right here that we could have ensured that even if a child was at home in a precarious situation, we could address it and get that child out of. God gave us an opportunity to see if we just Sunday morning worship or we walking and living it. We Sunday morning worship. We tithers. I give 1/10 of my salary. And that's why I'm a trustee and I'm on the deacon's board. But the Bible says you're supposed to tithe with your time and your talent. That means if you ain't giving 10% of yourself to the upbuilding of the kingdom, and what is that? That means you supposed. God said I take care of 2 types of people. I take care of children and fools. And if we ain't taking care of the children, we ain't doing nothing. And this money ain't nothing. It's a what? It's a tool. It ain't nothing but a tool. We had the man Big Wig at Amazon. I was hoping the brother with Hope Inspired Ministries corner him.
I did. I went in corner.
Jeff Bezos gave 2 celebrities $100 million. Corner him. If he gave everybody in the world $1 million, he would still be rich. Corner him. I love that brother. But we got to start holding each other accountable. That's why don't nobody like me, because I'm going to come in your face. I don't care nothing about your title. When you have been blessed with not to just have a seat at the table, when you at the head of the table, and you just want to photo up with somebody, no. You gonna work somebody? I ain't working no political campaigns. I work for one person. Because they didn't talk it, they walked it. I don't care nothing about your lip service. You get the right dictionary and the right professor, you can say anything with ease and dynamics. It's your actions. So imagine if that little girl could go to dance school for free and see herself in a Broadway show. Don't take your kids to a certain place. Take them over there to SCAD with Quan. Enroll your boys in the NBL when they ain't just learning basketball. They teaching them how to be men, and they volunteering. And they addressing their mental health disparities and their academic disparities. Imagine if she could see herself doing the prime time hour, and we could turn on NBC and see you every night. If I could go to CNN and see you, and not as one of the tokens, but we're saturated, instead of talking about being the 4 o'clock video hoe with that WAP. Reducing our black women to our bodies. Reducing us to our looks. Oh, we gorgeous now. But you're so much more than that. Teaching them what to really look for in a spouse. And that a man wants something, he go after it. Because when he got to work for you, he gonna honor you. Don't call him. Don't text him. You got a daddy. He gonna do all the calling and texting when you on that campus. And if he wants you, can you leave his house and go to his? You are precious. And you are mighty. And one day, you will hold our future in your womb. So everything that's put into you is priceless, because you are what you eat. And not just your physical body, what you put into your eyes, what you let comes into your ears, and what you allow people to say to you. God bless you, my sister. Yes. And may he keep you, and make his face shine upon you, and keep you in perfect peace when you catch in hell, when all around you is sinking sand, that he keep you in perfect peace. Keep a bodily pause. Keep your car when you're on the highway driving back and forth. Keep your parents, your mom and daddy's mind well, so that they don't spend nights worried about you and standing over a casket looking at you. May God keep you in perfect peace. Let them cry. Because let me tell you something about God. One thing I know he do. He honor a man's tears.
Yes, he does.
Because your father is the priest, the prophet, and the king of his house. And ain't nothing he can't go to God about that he won't do. So may God, as a black woman who came 800 miles, and my daddy dropped me off, and God kept me every day. My name wasn't passed around, and I wasn't passed around. And I developed my talents and my gifts right at Alabama State, because my daddy, may he rest in peace, cried and prayed over me. So may God bless your family and keep you, is my sincere prayer. And if this is the only reason I was here today, I count it all joy. Thank y'all.
Oh my God. Drop the mic. Drop the mic. Drop it. Thank you, man. Thank you. All right, man. Hey, another round of applause, y'all. My goodness. Okay, now who's going after her? Nah, I'm just kidding. My goodness, right? That man got set up perfectly. Right? We started off with a great message from a tremendous woman leader in our community, and we finished with one. But also as well, Miss Michelle.